Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home is one of those rarest of birds, a sequel that is better than the original. In fact, I liked it as much as any in the whole series, and it's a good series, particularly Star Trek II. How do they do it? I think by remembering that we go to a Star Trek movie to spend time with likable characters who obviously like each other, rather than, with most outer space pictures, seeing a whole bunch of cardboard characters fighting all sorts of technological creatures. For example, in this mission to save the planet Earth, Admiral Kirk and Mr. Spock and the rest of the Star Trek crew return to Earth to the streets of San Francisco. This scene may remind you a little bit of Crocodile Dundee, this time with a whole bunch of fish out of water.
Watch where you're going, you dumbass! Well, I'll double dumbass on you! It's a miracle these people ever got out of the 20th century.
They're still using money. We got to find something.
Spock, the rest of you stay here. The rest of you break up. You look like a cadet review.
Funny bit. Saving the planet Earth requires the crew to find some humpback whales that are being sought by a mysterious space probe. The Star Trek crew soon finds themselves underwater.
Lassie, get my arm! You got it? Scotty! I'm here, Scotty! I'm here! We're gonna be all right.
That last bit is from the last part of the movie, and that's the least interesting part of the film. The most pleasing part is simply when these familiar characters talk with each other, gently joke with each other. Really, the appeal is not unlike The Cosby Show or Father Knows Best, where we're seeing a family affair on the screen, a family with distinct characters who like each other, and we suspect at some point love each other.
I also thought this was one of the very best movies in the series, and it's funny because usually, as you said, sequels get worse and worse and worse.
Yes.
This one is better and better. I love Mr. Spock. They
Yes.
have a lot of humor this time in the fact that he cannot tell a lie. So Catherine Hicks, who's the whale expert, is saying, "Do you like Italian?" And Spock says, "No." And Kirk is saying, "Oh, yes, we like Italian." "No, no, I don't, you know." "Do you like it?" "No, I don't." That's very funny. And then, of course, the relationship between Hicks and Admiral Kirk is interesting. The fact that she is so emotionally involved with these whales. And only on Star Trek, you're quite right, would you have a scene where you start out in outer space in the 23rd century and winds up in San Francisco with saving the whale. That was one of the things the TV series did so well, was to take a contemporary issue and put it into a science fiction format to make a statement about it. So the movie has heart, it has a message, it's a lot of fun.
I think it has some beautiful writing. They can get away, because the characters are true, they can get away with saying lines that if they're thrown in another movie, you say, "Oh, it's just a bunch of, that's phony, it's broad emotion." Here, there can be a conversation between Spock's father and Spock that touches us. Because they have these characters down cold. They've kept the team together, which is usually what doesn't happen in most sequels.
They not only have kept the team together, but Leonard Nimoy is the director again this time, and he has developed into quite a good director. I think he moved things right along. It's nice that the people who originally made the Star Trek saga are now still controlling what happens with the movies, instead of somebody else with bright ideas to turn it into George Lucas or Steven Spielberg or something. They keep the human element.
Right.